Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are taking a whole stack of research focused on a very specific and I think very modern problem, chronic, unrelenting stress, and more importantly, the evidence-based natural ways we can actually fight back.
That's right. Our mission today is really to, cut through all the noise. We want to give you a shortcut to understanding the precise supplements that can help manage elevated cortisol.
And we're not just listing things off.
Not at all. We're drilling down into the science, the mechanisms, and how you can actually integrate these tools.
Okay, so to get to the solution, we have to start with the problem itself. Cortisol. It gets called the stress hormone.
It does. It's produced by your adrenal glands. And, for anyone who's listened before, you'll know cortisol isn't the villain here.
No, it's vital. It helps with metabolism. It manages inflammation, even your sleep-wake cycle.
It's the body's rapid response team. But here's the critical distinction that all the research points to. Acute stress is good for you. It's adaptive.
So a spike here and there is fine.
Exactly. Cortisol spikes. It does its job. And then, and this is the key, the system has a feedback loop to shut it all down. That whole process is managed by the HPA axis.
The hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis.
That's the one.
So when we talk about chronic stress, what we're really saying is that system, that HPA axis, is broken, or at least dysregulated.
That's the perfect word for it. The gas pedal is just stuck to the floor.
And the brakes, that feedback loop, they just aren't working anymore.
Precisely. And that chronic elevation, it impacts nearly every system in your body. Our sources are full of the consequences, and it's more than just feeling stressed out.
Yeah, we're talking about things like that persistent, crushing fatigue.
Or you can't fall asleep. Or you wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason.
Unexplained weight gain, especially around the middle.
A big one. And a weakened immune system, so you're always catching something. Plus the mood swings, the anxiety. It's a full system drain.
Which is exactly why people are, I think, shifting toward these more holistic approaches. They want to support their body systems without just throwing pharmaceuticals at the problem.
And that brings us right to nature's regulators, the adaptogens.
Okay.
Adaptogens are, I think, one of those most exciting areas in this research. They're a class of botanicals that increase your body's resilience. They don't just block stress. They sort of calibrate the response.
They help it return to normal.
Help it return to homeostasis, exactly.
And when you look at the research, one name just jumps off the page, and that's ashwagandha.
It's the leader of the pack, for sure. It's not just a general stress reliever. The studies are very specific. It's renowned for its ability to directly lower serum cortisol levels.
How does it do that?
Well, the thinking is that its active compounds, these things called withanolides, are the key players. They seem to modulate the stress hormone receptors in the brain, basically helping to fix that broken feedback loop we talked about.
So it's a genuine chemical intervention.
It is, and the clinical studies back it up, consistently showing it reduces how stressed people feel and also improves their actual sleep quality.
But ashwagandha isn't the only adaptogen out there. The sources also point to Rhodiola Rosea and Cordyceps. How do they fit in?
That's a great question because they offer slightly different support. The difference is really in the energy curve.
The energy curve.
Yeah. Think of rhodiola as what you use when you're already exhausted. It's for that mental and physical fatigue that comes from chronic stress. It helps with alertness when you're already feeling burned out.
Okay, so that's for when you're already in the hole.
Right. On cordyceps, you see that a lot in these high-end mushroom blends. That's more about enhancing cellular energy and endurance. So together, they offer this broader support. Ashwagandha calms the system down.
And rhodiola or cordyceps help keep you from bottoming out.
Exactly. You get calming and operational energy.
Okay, let's shift from the botanicals to some more fundamental building blocks, the essential minerals and compounds.
Yes. If we're talking fundamentals, we have to start with magnesium. It is absolutely foundational.
The unsung hero.
It really is. It's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions. But for stress, its main job is to help calm down excitatory signaling in the brain.
So it's not just a feeling of being calm, it's chemically interrupting the go, go, go signals.
You got it. And we see that supplementing is directly linked to lower cortisol and much better sleep.
Are there specific forms we should be looking for?
Uh,
Because the supplement aisle is confusing.
It is. For stress and sleep, the sources really point toward either magnesium glycinate or magnesium L-Theanine.
Why those?
They're highly bioavailable, so your body can actually use them.
Yeah.
And glycinate is bonded to glycine, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter itself, so you get this extra calming effect without the digestive issues you can get from cheaper forms like oxide.
That distinction is so important. Okay, moving on. Omega-3 fatty acids. Everyone knows they're good for you, but the direct link to cortisol reduction was, frankly, surprising to me.
It's very compelling. Clinical trials have shown again and again that high-dose omega-3s can significantly reduce cortisol,
Wow.
especially formulas that are high in EPA. And it's really about reducing the systemic inflammation that's so intertwined with chronic stress.
Okay. So by fighting the inflammation that stress creates, you're easing the total burden on the system.
Exactly. And you get all those amazing side benefits for brain health and cognitive function, which are usually the first things to suffer under chronic stress.
Right. Now for the really interesting one, for that, in-the-moment relief, L-Theanine.
Yeah, L-Theanine is fascinating. It's the amino acid you find in green tea.
And it works fast.
Incredibly fast.
Ah.
It crosses the blood-brain barrier very quickly, and it directly promotes alpha brainwaves.
Which are associated with that state of relaxed focus, right?
That's the one. It's why it can lower cortisol acutely, sometimes in just 30 or 45 minutes.
And the crucial detail here is that it gives you that relaxation without making you drowsy. So does that mean we should just lean on L-Theanine all the time?
That's a great question. The research suggests they serve different purposes. Think of ashwagandha as your long-term regulator. It takes weeks to really stabilize the HPA axis.
That's the foundational work.
Right. L-Theanine is your rapid response tool for an immediate stress spike, like right before a big presentation or a tough meeting. They're complementary, not substitutes.
I see. Okay, so now let's talk about the supporting cast, the supplements that aren't maybe the headline stars, but play these vital recovery roles.
Absolutely. Things that support the brain in recovery, especially after physical or mental exertion. And for that, you have to look at phosphatidylserine, or PS.
Yes, and what is that exactly?
It's a phospholipid. It's a key component of your nerve cell membrane, so it's critical for just general brain health.
And the research specifically points to its ability to reduce exercise-induced cortisol.
It does. For anyone who's really pushing it in the gym, that stress spike can almost feel like you're going backwards sometimes. PS helps blunt that spike, which helps you recover faster.
And because it supports brain cells, it helps with that mental fog that comes with stress.
A huge, often overlooked benefit.
And we can't forget the workhorse, vitamin C. Not for immunity, but for its direct link to the stress glands themselves.
That's right. The highest concentration of vitamin C in the entire body is found in the adrenal glands.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's absolutely critical for making adrenaline and noradrenaline. So while it doesn't directly reduce cortisol, a deficiency in vitamin C can make your stress symptoms so much worse.
So taking enough just ensures your adrenals have the raw materials they need to function and recover.
Without getting totally depleted.
Okay, this is a lot of incredible information. So how does a person actually integrate this? Let's talk about application and safety.
Yes, and this brings up the idea of synergy, or stacking. Our sources are pretty clear that combining these things maximizes the benefit.
So what would a good foundational stack look like?
A really effective one would be pairing a long-term adaptogen, like ashwagandha, for the HPA regulation, with a high-dose omega-3 for inflammation control, and then adding in that magnesium glycinate at night for relaxation and sleep.
So you're hitting regulation, inflammation, and recovery.
Exactly. It's a comprehensive approach.
But, and we have to emphasize this, supplements are tools. They are not magic wands.
They are not. They are most effective when you combine them with foundational lifestyle changes.
Things like regular, moderate exercise.
And not the super intense cortisol spiking kind. Also a nutrient-dense diet and just, being strict about your sleep.
Throw in some meditation or breath work, and you're really amplifying the effects.
You really are.
And finally, the crucial precaution, the thing we cannot overstate.
You must consult a healthcare professional before starting any new regimen, especially if you have pre-existing conditions or you're on other medications.
There are real interactions that can happen.
For sure. And you have to be savvy about side effects. Magnesium can cause digestive upset if you take too much of the wrong kind. Too much omega-3 can cause bleeding issues. Ashwagandha can interact with thyroid meds. You just have to be informed.
And quality. The quality in the supplement world is all over the place.
It really is. You have to look for third-party testing. Look for seals from USP, NSF, Consumer Lab, something that proves you're actually getting what's on the label and that it's free of contaminants.
Don't waste your money on stuff that doesn't work or could be harmful.
And be patient. L-Theanine works fast, but the deeper changes, they take time. You should expect to notice real improvements in your overall resilience in, say, a few weeks of consistent use.
So to recap this deep dive, we've covered the adaptogens ashwagandha, rhodiola as direct modulators of that HPA axis. We've hit the essential calming nutrients like magnesium and omega-3s, and the acute relief from L-Theanine. These are tools to help your body restore its own balance.
At the end of the day, these supplements are a valuable tool, but they exist within a bigger, holistic strategy. It's all aimed at reducing stress and just improving your quality of life. And given the, frankly, alarming links between elevated cortisol and cognitive decline, knowing how sensitive your brain is to stress, here's the final thought for you to consider.
Okay.
What is one small actionable step? Maybe it's adjusting your supplement stack, maybe it's finally getting that magnesium glycinate, or maybe it's just committing to 5 minutes of breath work. What one step will you take today to directly support your brain health right alongside your stress recovery?
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.